The perfect real estate walkthrough. You're at the end of your sale and you have to do your walkthrough. How do you do the perfect real estate walkthrough for your closing? Why do you need to do a wonderful walkthrough? Will this give you more business or not? Very important. Stick around. Next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to do the perfect walkthrough that's going to give you more business. That's going to make something memorable inside of the minds of your client, that buyer or seller. So before we get started, click in the link below. Look for that link that says how to get more buyers and sellers in 7 days or less. How to get more buyers and sellers as fast as you possibly can. But let's remember this. In order for you to have the most successful walkthrough, you have to know these techniques that I'm about to show you. I'm Paul R. Atkinson, your real estate coach, and let's get started. You want to do a walkthrough. It's the day of closing. The first thing that you should do is make sure that you have the clear to close. That comes from your lender. Clear to close means that the file is ready to go and the title company or the closing company, they have the package. Everything is in order. The clear to close means that the underwriting department has issued the words clear to close. There's no other documents needed. It's such a sweet word when you hear that. You know, my lender usually texts me and say, hey, you know, clear to close with a little fist up. And I'm like, yes, there's nothing else to get in the way. That's such a wonderful feeling. You contact your person, the buyer or seller, whosoever you're working with, when you get that word and of clear to close, and you share it with them. You let them know, hey, congratulations, yeah, we got a clear to close. And what that means is that now you need to schedule the walkthrough. So you're going to schedule the walkthrough with the buyer or the seller. Most of the time it's the buyer, right? You're going to do that walkthrough with them. And once you do that, you want to go through that property and keep in mind that if anything has changed structurally or any damage or anything that was different from what was on the report from the inspection, that could be the responsibility of the seller. Because when you inspected the property, and it's very important, you want to write this down. When you inspected the property in the past and everything was worked out, seller and buyer agreed to credit, no credit, as is, whatever, there was a condition in the state of the property. The walls, everything was in order. Now you're doing the walkthrough and you come and you see a big hole in the wall. It wasn't there when you did the inspection. Who's responsible? The seller. So that's why it's important when you're doing that walkthrough, you make sure that you're looking at everything. Check the windows, you know, make sure they're secure. That's part of your walkthrough too. Walk through the property, make sure everything is the way it was at the end of the inspection and what was agreed upon from the inspection time. Then you secure the property. Windows, doors, everything is locked. Lights off, all that good stuff. Remind your prospect, the buyer, more likely, that they need to contact the utilities department. Or you can give them a nice sheet of paper or email it to them or text it to them. Be helpful. Text them and say, hey, this is the water company. You'll need to take a copy of the settlement statement. You're going to get that today to the water department. They're located at 555 Sycamore Street. Just take it in and they're going to change the water into your name. This is the electric company. You give them, this is a gas company. Give them that information so they could feel good. They know they're not left stranded. Now, once you've secured the property and during that time you've texted that to them and you've given that information to them, they're feeling comfortable, right? And they're knowing that they're going to go to their closing now. So obviously you would instruct them, if they haven't already, they would go to the bank and send a wire. The wire instructions are given to them by the closing agent, and you've helped to facilitate that. Once they go to the bank, they send a wire, then they would move to the closing table. So they could send a wire before they do the walkthrough or after, but never leave the walkthrough and go straight to the closing table without sending the wire, because then the deal can't fund. Very important. Let me repeat it one more time. The wire, the funds, the monies must be sent by the buyer to the closing agent before the walkthrough or after the walkthrough. Very important. Can't use personal checks, can't use cash. You have to send a wire in most cases. After you've done the walkthrough and they've sent the wire, everything is good, you secure the property, take the keys, and then this is the big part. This is the secret. I want you to send your buyers to the table. Say, go down to see the closing agent. I'll be there in a few minutes. Send them on. They're going to be there for at least 30 minutes. Most loan documents are like an inch thick. It's going to sometimes take an hour. So you go and you have the keys because you were instructed most likely to deliver it to the closing agent, or after the deal is funded, then you can turn it over to the buyer. Take yourself and go to the local hardware store, flower shop, or plant. Not so much flowers, you want plant, where you can get a nice plant in a beautiful vase. This is the biggest secret I have had for many years that just keeps the buyers remembering me. And I'm going to share it with you right now. Go and get a gift. You can get whatever you want, but I'm telling you, go and get a nice plant that's in a nice vase and a good size. Don't get a little one. You get a good size that can grow, something that can grow, and then they have to transplant it over the years into a bigger pot. And it could be like 5 years and that plant is still there. So in 5 years, every year they look at it, or somebody comes over their house and they say, oh, that plant is so nice. Oh yeah, my realtor Paul gave it to me. My realtor Susie gave it to me. They just remember you. When they just look at it, they're washing the dishes and they're just looking at, oh, that's so nice. Oh yeah, Paul. Remember that. When you deliver the gift, take 5 of your business cards and stick it into the plant. Just kind of make it look a little cool. And then you go in. If you like to do a bottle of champagne or wine, whatever, it's your choice with that. And you deliver this. You knock on the door. Hi guys, congratulations. I know you're doing your closing. I just brought this for you. Great gift. Great gift idea. Any other gift idea you could come up with, click in the comment section of this video and just send me a text. Just share with us in this group. What are some of your gift ideas? Mine is the plant. I love the plant. It's an amazing idea. I hope it's helpful. Now, as you're finishing up the walkthrough, the most perfect walkthrough, not with just all that I've said, but the final part of the walkthrough is also important. After you've given the gift and everybody is good to go, you want to do your administration immediately. Go back to the office, do it from your car, whatever technology you have, but you want to go back into your CRM and you want to take that contact, that buyer or seller, whoever you represent or vote, and you want to move them forward into a different group. So now the buyer becomes a client, the seller becomes a client group, and that group is feeding them a holiday greetings, a birthday greeting. So it shifts because you want to stay in their mind. If a year comes, they want to upgrade, or 2 years, 3 years. I've had clients 5 years. They know how to find me. They call me up. Oh, we want to upgrade. We want to downgrade. We want to, and they repeat. The business gets repeated. It's like a system that you put together. So you go into CRM and you put them in that group and you make a note, deliver the nice gift, and you put the address where they're living, the new home, so you can mail them things. That's important. And then you also create a market insider feed, meaning that in your CRM, when you add that new address for your prospective, your buyer that just bought or seller, more than likely the buyer, they're going to have a new address, right? Seller might do it too, and you want to put it in here. When they look at the feed that's coming to them on a monthly basis. They're getting information about the house that they just bought, what's going on in the area once a month. Just like, like a news report. How many houses are being sold? What's the demographics and stuff like that. Your systems can do that. All of them do it. Get it and put it together. And then finally, the last thing you want to do, you're going to put on your calendar that same day, in 4 days out, usually in the morning time, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, call such and such buyer that just closed, and you just check in. You're just going to give them a phone call. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. How's the new home? How's everything? Is everything good? The electricity is turned on, all that stuff. Do you need any painters? Do you need anything? Can I help with anything? Check in on them. Have a heart. Love them. Love them up. I call it. Love them up. So those are the most important things that you could do to make sure you have an effective and most powerful walkthrough in your real estate business. You want to have a perfect walkthrough? Do those things. Click in the description of this video and click on the link that will help you to have that most perfect walkthrough in your business today. Until next time, let's go get them, Tiger. I'll see you real soon.